deserves the title shot tonight against Michael Shane, and you know what? He's got a good point. The post-match attack, we just witnessed it. At the hands of X, put him on the injured list, cost him the spot in the Triple Chance qualifying match, and as luck would have it, Sanjay Dutt took his place. Sanjay Dutt wins and advances tonight to the title match.
You said it, Mike. This is a special challenge by Chris Sabin. This is about not only revenge, it's about pride. He feels like he was embarrassed in front of this crowd of the Asylum that this man X just come in and just literally demolished everybody. This is his chance to show not only is he agile like X Division members are, he can also deal with the strength and the power of X.
Need to point out as well, as we see X here in the early going, just overpowering Sabin, driving him down. You know that win last week? The pinfall win by Chris Sabin on David Young? Did some research. It was an all-time record. Quickest pin in wrestling history. Something like 4 seconds when he beat David Young. And Sabin comes back, drop kick, takes down X.
No such record today, Mike. No such record. As X came in prepared. David Young didn't see Sabin coming. X has been thinking about this all week. But great job there by Chris Sabin.
Head scissors takeover, using his leg strength. Charges at X. Gonna try and monkey flip him out of the corner. X lands on his feet. Sabin charges at X, but he's got him choked.
Oh, the power.
Drives him down. Sit out choke slam by X.
One Sabin! X, you know, something we ought to remember too in last week's Triple Chance finals. X showed that he also has agility for a big man. Doing moonsaults outside of the ring, into the crowd. Don't look for just power from this guy. He'll try to impress you in many ways, but there's the power, Mike.
The strength and the power just overwhelming Sabin that time. Dropping him down to the mat, nailing him with the clothesline. Follows up the advantage, grabs Sabin at the hair, picks him up at the head. Back to the power game again. Front suplex, hangs him out to dry. Across the top rope.
See what he's gonna do here. Here he goes, up to the
Precarious
top.
position for Sabin.
High risk, look at this. Oh, just barely missed. If he would have caught him straight on.
Grazed him that time, went for the leg drop. Off the top rope and grazed Sabin, catching him on the way down. You're right, just barely.
Could have taken his head off if he'd have connected, Mike.
Had an opportunity to talk to Sabin, and I have to give this kid props. You know, that when he came back last week, he actually came back early against doctor's orders. And you saw that vicious attack earlier by X, the package pile driver that he calls the execution. You've got to give Sabin an incredible amount of credit for coming back, getting right back here into the picture, and you know that he wants not only revenge against X tonight, he wants to be back in the X Division title picture as well.
Oh, absolutely. This is a kid with a lot of class, a kid with a lot of desire. We've always said it. This kid has more upside maybe than anybody in TNA. He wants that X Division title back, and he's going to have to earn it. He got himself eliminated from the tournament on the injury, and that's how Sanjay Dutt got this chance tonight. Now Chris Sabin goes farther down the line, Mike. He's got to earn it. He's got to work his way up the ladder.
Sabin able to avoid the contact, now springs off the ropes.
Oh, great kick there by Sabin.
Nice extension of the leg by Sabin. Drives X down to the arena floor. You know, he's accomplished so much here, Chris Sabin, that you forget oftentimes that he's 21 years old.
Here he goes, and he ends perfectly. Look at that. Shades of AJ Styles right there as he dives over the top of the rope.
Prime example of the no limits of the X Division. We
Look at
definitely
this.
need to see this again.
Oh, did you see how he tucked his head at the right time?
Perfect landing.
Perfect.
X rolled back into the ring. Sabin,
Here he goes.
Springboard.
You know what he did? Here he goes.
Pin
One,
attempt.
Two. I loved how when he came off the top of the ropes there, instead of trying to hit him head on, he used the back of his body where he had more force.
Vicious boot by X, gonna try and get him with that package pile driver. Sabin uses his leg strength to fight it off. Counters, rolls through.
Oh, look at the strength of X right there. Phenomenal.
Pure strength to bridge out of the pin. And comes right back and drives Sabin down with impact with the power bomb.
There's only so much of that a body can take. He's already injured, Mike. He shouldn't even be here.
Cannonball off the top by X.
Oh, Chris Sabin may have just came back too early, too soon, Mike. You've got to be completely healthy and prepared before you go in there with a guy of the strength. Look at the strength and the size of
Sabin tossed out to the arena floor, up the ramp. X going out to follow up this advantage that he has. No, he's not going to try that package pile driver up there on the ramp, is he?
He's going to inflict whatever pain he can, and look at that, he just broke his back right there.
Backbreaker across the knee. Sabin in trouble up on the ramp.
X knows he's not the fan favorite, he doesn't care. He's just here to eliminate all competition.
I think you really said a mouthful earlier when you said that it's possible that Chris Sabin came back to TNA maybe a week or two,
yes,
really before he should have
against
Doctor's orders.
You gotta be kidding! Oh my God! And he missed! Oh, that's got taken out of him!
He just crashed and burned!
Can we see that again?
Oh, we gotta see a replay of that! Do we have that in the truck?
Oh my gosh! Sabin just got out of the way! Look at this! Oh man!
Sabin able to avoid the contact, rolling out of the way.
But in X's defense, a normal man would be dead.
Can he
take
advantage now? Can he use this opportunity?
Yes!
Can he put him away?
He did! 2! It's done!
Chris Sabin! What a sexy win for this kid!
That's why they call them high-risk moves like today. What a risk that was for X, and it cost him.
Cost him dearly. It cost him in losing the match.
One thing about Jay Lethal, he's just almost crazy enough, he's just almost kooky enough to where he's not intimidated mentally because you don't sense it. A lot of times you can see it in somebody's body language on whether or not they're intimidated. You can see it in their body language, but with Jay Lethal, you don't see fear. You just see a young kid having fun. And, you know, you mentioned that he was X Division champion once. Well, let's face it, he held that title for about 4 days. He wants to get that back and experience what it really is to be the X Division champion.
He wants to prove that it wasn't a fluke, but at the same time, remember that he lost that X Division championship belt without being pinned and without submitting.
Good point. I mean, he really hasn't been beaten as X Division champion one-on-one. But you got to look at what Kurt Angle's got to do right here. First off, he doesn't have the distractions of Sting and Karen Angle. They've been sent out of the building. What Kurt Angle needs to do to be as ready as he can be for the Monster Abyss is he needs to dispose of Jay Lethal quickly. He needs to pin Black Machismo right off the bat, not let this thing draw out, because let's face it, even if he beats him, if this thing draws out, all it's going to do is tire him out for later on tonight when he has to face Abyss.
Nice shoulder block that time by Machismo. Takes Angle down, but wow. Did you see that?
Man, that was
up in
scary
the
how
lights.
easy that looked.
Up in the lights with that high Beetle-like hip toss takeover that time by Kurt Angle. And
welcome to the big leagues, Jay.
Did you see the close-up look when we focused that camera in on Angle's face? It was almost as if that level of confidence just rose with that one move.
Well, he needs to take out the frustrations that he had earlier, that when Karen got him so pissed off and he went after Sting, and he needs to take him out on Jay Lethal. But you can just see that confidence. And I think when you saw Jay Lethal hit the mat like he did, for the first time, I think I saw a hint of fear in his face.
This is what we would expect from Kurt Angle against Jay Lethal. Angle trying to out-wrestle it. Side headlock, grabs it, and just takes Lethal down and shows him who's the boss.
Well, if it comes down to mat wrestling, Kurt Angle's going to destroy Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal, what he's got to do, you asked how he can win this matchup, he's got to use that speed.
Like that.
That's absolutely right. He's got to, zig when Kurt thinks he's zagging. He's got to be where Kurt's not looking for him. He's just got to be relentless and use that speed.
He's got to stay one step ahead of him, as we're seeing here. First, it was the cartwheel into the dropkick. Then off the top, double sledge, pin, nope.
But you could just see a little bit in Kurt Angle's face. It's kind of like he realizes that, you know what, Black Machismo, he feels like he can win this thing. He's taking it serious. And Kurt Angle better himself.
The reversal. Lethal shot off into the corner. Machismo gets the boot up as Angle charges in, but then Angle doubles him over with a boot of his own. Up. Look out. Oh man.
Just manhandles him right there. Just manhandles him. How quick was that kick to the gut? Just that quick.
Rapid fire.
Rapid.
And then instead of power bombing him down to the canvas. He takes him and overpowers him by driving him back and head first into the corner turnbuckles.
Well, that also gives Black Machismo a realization of just how strong the Olympic gold medalist is. What a backbreaker, and then he just tried to get a quick pin. Jay Lethal gets his shoulder up now, but you wonder the longer this goes, Jay Lethal will be able to get that shoulder up the next time.
Lethal to his feet. That may not be a good move either. That European uppercut, that shot that's so deadly, followed by the well-placed boot, the kick to the back, and then the slap to the chest.
I mean, Jay Lethal's so easy to root for. I mean, you love the Black Machismo. You realize here's a guy who's having fun at work. Here's a guy who loves what he does, and it's so easy to get behind him. But when you see the two of them in the ring, you just realize that, let's face it, one's miles ahead right now.
Off the suplex, another angle cover, and you saw that he got the 2 count, and then immediately went right back to the pin. That's showing the experience, that's showing the true veteran that Kurt Angle is. It's like when we broke it down for you in the X Factors. What we expected. Angle's experience or Lethal's X Division high-risk tactics. That's what he's going to have to rely on. Check out this body scissors from Angle.
Well, you got to like what Kurt Angle's doing. I mean, he's wearing Jay Lethal out.
Yep.
He knows he's got to do that. He doesn't want to be chasing him all over the ring because all that's going to do is tire him out. He's going to just wrestle him Olympic style, Mike, and just do whatever he can to just frustrate Jay Lethal.
Textbook offense by Angle. You know, we talked about this earlier, Don, and I think we should mention it again. I think Angle, probably in his mind, realizes that he needs to finish off Lethal as quickly as he can in anticipation of match number 3. The tilt-a-whirl backbreaker and 2 count again.
Another beautiful backbreaker right there, but you're right. I mean, there's no advantage for this match going long. There's no advantage for Kurt Angle at all. I mean, the longer it goes, the more frustrated he's going to get. And then when it comes time to take on Abyss later on in the night, he's going to be wore out.
Man, big mid-ring slam. Angle just winds him up and powers him down. And you know, just watching Angle in this match, I don't sense in the least that he's looking past Jay Lethal here in anticipation of the World's Heavyweight Championship match with Abyss yet to come tonight at No Surrender. I don't sense that.
No, he can't. I mean,
look at him.
No,
look at
he's
his
taking
eyes.
it serious.
Look at how intent he is.
I believe he came into this match thinking it was going to be quick and fast and easy, but there's no way he's looking back. I mean, like I said, he's looking at the whole big picture. It's not just a matter of beating Jay Lethal, it's a matter of how long it's going to take him to beat Jay Lethal.
Another one of those European uppercuts followed by a backdrop slam right in the back of his neck and head, and again a 2 count, and now we're starting to see that frustration set in here, as it's almost as if Angle can't believe it. What else do I have to do?
Look at him pull back on the neck, though, of Jay Lethal on that chin, just grinding it back, and you can hear Jay Lethal screaming in pain. As you got to admit, Kurt Angle's putting on a clinic, but you got to give this kid credit. He's just got so much resiliency.
We are live at No Surrender in Orlando, Florida. X Division Championship on the line. Black Machismo Jay Lethal challenging Kurt Angle in his 2nd title match of 3 tonight. Lethal, explosive off the ropes. But as he made contact with Angle, Angle did as well with Lethal, and both champion and challenger are down.
Well, you can just see, though, Kurt Angle realizes he's on his back. He's looking up. No matter how bad it hurt Black Machismo, he was able to inflict the pain on Kurt Angle. And let's face it, if this kid's going to have a shot to win, he's got to do more of that. He's got to keep Kurt Angle off balance.
With moves like that, avoid the contact of the clothesline. Come right back. Answer with 2 clotheslines of your own. But Angle shoots him off again.
Quickness.
Quickness stays ahead of him.
Wow!
And then snaps off the head scissors.
I mean, he just went right into it. He was looking for the moment. And now what a great kick to the back of the head. Oh, my gosh.
That one rocked him.
No way.
Count.
1, 2. Whoa. Man, that was split second. I couldn't believe what I was seeing right here.
How about that weary, glazed-eyed look on the face of the champ, X Division title holder Kurt Angle, after Black Machismo unleashed that boot?
Well, you can't take anything for granted, and that's the message that's being sent here. I mean, you can't look past Jay Lethal with your Kurt Angle. Here's a kid who wants to be... Oh, look at the strength.
Just tossed him away. The release suplex. Here's 2. No! You see that look? That's the look where Angle says, what else do I have to do to this guy to beat him, to put him away, and then worry about my World's Heavyweight Championship match with Abyss later tonight?
I know it's impossible to do. I know it is, but he's just got to take each match individually. He's just got to take it one-on-one and handle his business. And you can see that strength as he slams him down. But look at the back of his head got hit, and Jay Lethal goes for it. Oh, man. Touched twice, and he barely got the shoulder up in time.
That was almost the knockout blow right there, as you see how slow Angle was able to react right there, as referee Thomas came just this close to tolling 3.
Well, you know what else this shows is how much was taken out of him already in that first match. How much that having to deal with Sting in that situation, and then Sting coming in and choking him in the locker room. Oh, look how quick he is still. Wow.
See, that's where the experience pays off. Here's Angle, here's 1, here's 2, no! Again a 2 count.
Okay, now we're looking at a situation where the longer this goes, you got to give a little confidence boost to Black Machismo, because he realizes he's going toe-to-toe with the Olympic gold medalist. And you know what? He's got that ankle lock in.
Yeah, but look how quickly Black Machismo rolls through.
He's got
Small
him
package, 2.
Oh, man. Oh,
wow.
Man.
Clothesline swing and a miss. Look at that German.
He put a little extra oomph in it too, didn't he?
Watch him maintain the contact. He's got that grip right around the waist of Lethal. Watch Lethal, the back of his head, make contact with the canvas. Suplex number 2, and Angle still got him in control.
Well, that's what he's going to do. He's going to just try to hit him with German suplex after German suplex and just finish him off. He realizes that this kid can't take it.
He's done.
That's it. That's it. Oh, my God, Jay Lethal! That's just pure instinct. There is no way that kid got the shoulder up after that. And look at Kurt Angle now. Come on, now he's mad. Now he's mad.
Those 3 suplexes that rocked Black Machismo, Jay Lethal, enables Angle to go for the Olympic Slam. Here it goes.
Oh, look at this. What a counter by Black Machismo.
Arm drag blocked it. Countered. There it is.
Lethal combination. Unreal.
Roll him over.
It's it. You gotta be kidding. Go. He should have went for the pin right there.
That's the second time, Don, we had to point out the inexperience of this young kid who's 22 years of age. Off the top, there's that elbow perfectly planted. Here's 1. Here's 2.
We got no, we don't. No, we don't. I thought we had a new champion. And now you can see the look of disbelief on the face of Black Machismo.
Turnabout, fair play. Saw it earlier from Angle, and now we see that same look from Jay Lethal. X Division Championship is on the line. The second of the 2 title defenses for Kurt Angle. And again, we've got to point this out. With every minute that passes, it's got to be advantage Abyss. Look at the quickness of the boot, just like earlier, and then immediately follows up with that elbow drill to the back of the head.
Oh, the Monster Abyss has to be drooling. He has to be just savoring what's coming up. And now you can see Kurt Angle. He had it, almost lost it. But look at this. Oh, wait a minute. The kid just has no quit in him.
2 count. No, again. Oh, man.
I mean, what has he got to do? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, there's another one. This time released. And again, the German suplex takes Lethal, takes Black Machismo high into the air, and then the impact of that move as he comes crashing down across his head and across his neck.
I mean, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Kurt Angle having a trouble getting to his feet now. Now he reaches in.
Straps down, and as soon as Black Machismo gets up, you know that Angle is going to unleash that fierce offense again.
Oh, he's going for it. He goes up. Oh, but look at this.
Olympic Slam. Roll through. Here comes the ankle lock. Here it comes. Lethal going to tap. No, roll through.
2. What? 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 What?
Be freaking kidding me. You know, Taz can tell us all he wants that Hernandez never beat Samoa Joe. Joe beat Samoa Joe. I know who won that match. It was Supermex Hernandez. Not going to take away the win, but I do understand what Taz was saying when it comes to the mindset the mental preparation, and in Taz's mind, Samoa Joe just didn't have it.
You can dwell on the past or you can focus on the future, and that's exactly the message that Taz sent. It's the main event Mafia message. It's what they're all about, taking care of business in the here and now. Now, one thing about Homicide, though, this guy's about as unpredictable as anybody is. Don't let his size fool you. He's a fighter. He's a brawler. He's a gangster. I mean, this guy will not be intimidated by anything that Samoa Joe brings at him. You and I both know that, Mike.
What do you think in terms of Homicide and the past several years when for the most part he's been a tag team competitor? To me, when I see this match and as this match unfolds, the longer it goes, I think it's advantage Joe just because Homicide has been used to competing in those spurts of a couple of minutes in a tag team match and then turning things over to a partner and vice versa.
Well, you know what? I'm going to play devil's... Wait a minute. I'm going to play devil's advocate just for a second. I think that Homicide is stoked by what he's seeing with Hernandez and what Hernandez is doing on his own. I think that motivates him to do the same thing. It's kind of their way of showing the world how good they really are. And this is his first big test. This is Homicide's first huge test here in singles competition. And I just, knowing the guy, I know he's ready for it.
You know, as I watch this match unfold, opening minute here, as Homicide connects on Joe and he rolls out to the floor and Taz follows as well.
Tell him, get your head right. Get your head right.
You know, as I'm watching this, it's almost as if Samoa Joe is so upset. You heard Taz there, play your game. That's just what I was going to point out. Almost as if he's so upset about the loss to Hernandez that he's maybe a little bit overzealous here against Homicide, and Homicide takes advantage in the opening minute plus of this match before Taz is able to get right back in Joe's head and, I guess, get him refocused.
Well, Samoa Joe is just this close to becoming the most indestructible force here in TNA, and Taz knows it. He's this close. All Joe's got to do is just cross that final hump, just get to that last spot, and he's there. Taz knows it. Taz has just got to keep being there to motivate and keep the game plan in his head.
Homicide able to leapfrog over the top of Joe. Sidestep, elbow right to the chest. There goes Joe, shot off into the ropes. Oh, man. He wasn't about to fall into the trap of the Hurricane Rana. The belly to belly, released him overhead. Here it comes.
Suicide dive!
Yeah.
Oh, man!
Suicide dive, add that elbow in as well as the forearm shot. Little elbow suicida from Samoa Joe. Right on the target, right on the money as Homicide lands out here on the concrete.
He hit him so hard, I thought he was going to commit homicide. I mean, that was unbelievable. The force that he went through those ropes. You know, people forget about Joe and his X Division title run that he had in those incredible matches. I mean, this guy defines the term. It's not about weight limits. And he does so much for a big man, and you saw it right there. That's the Joe we remember. And that's what Taz is bringing out of him, Mike.
3 times in his career, Samoa Joe has been X Division champion, and I can tell you that the power-hungry main event Mafia would like nothing more, Don, than to add the X Division title to the resume.
Well, you know that slam.
Here we go, pin. 2 count only in frustration. Sets in on the face of Samoa Joe. Hit him with a terrific snap slam. That one fluid motion, power added in, right into the pin, but not enough to put away the champ, the notorious 187.
Well, the plan tonight, you get that X Division belt, you bring that into the main event Mafia. You get the Legends belt back, which is what we need to do with Kevin Nash and Mick Foley. I mean, we know that Mick Foley, you talked about highway robbery earlier with the briefcase. We saw that highway robbery when Mick Foley won the Legends title from Kevin Nash.
And of course you want Booker T, Scott Steiner to keep the tag titles, Kurt Angle as well in the main event. And now you've even got Tracy lined up as the chosen one for the main event Mafia. That in anticipation of them trying to add the knockout title as well.
And they'll groom her along at the right pace. When they're ready, they'll bring her into that fold. But there's power, pure power by Samoa Joe. What an addition to the main event Mafia he is.
Not smart here for Homicide to fall into the trap of trying to play a power game where you match Samoa Joe, and off the power bomb, we see the STF applied. The crossface is vicious, and now Joe just rolls up. Not going to go for the STF anymore, just cranking back on the head and the neck.
Man, this is Samoa Joe. This is taking you back to
Isn't it? I was thinking the same thing. This is vintage Samoa Joe that we are watching here against Homicide.
Think back of the days of Unbreakable, that pay-per-view. I think it was in 2005. That's the Joe. He got his foot on the ropes. Give him credit. Having that ring awareness, that's what makes Homicide so savvy. It's what makes him such a tough competitor. I mean, I'll tell you something. I worried about this match all night for the simple fact that you cannot put a label on Homicide. He's just one of those guys that he's got that extra something that drives him, that whatever it is, he uses it to the best of his ability.
And you know, as the new X Division champion, the Homicide going to do everything, anything within his power to hang on to that championship gold. All of a sudden, as you watch this match unfold, Don, you see the complexion of it becoming more Samoa Joe. And again, we see Homicide trying to exchange. I don't know how wise that is.
Well, they're doing shot after shot, but that's what I said. There's the fighter in Homicide. That's what makes him so impressive. Joe swings and misses, and now Homicide comes over there and hits the clothesline.
Follows up, taking both hands with the double chop to the chest. And that's the kind of strategy that you need against Samoa Joe. The drop kicks to the legs, to the knees, take down the bigger man, get him down on the mat. But pin there, pin attempt.
Wow, Homicide, just impressive. It looked like Joe was going to turn that in his favor, and Homicide just kept the momentum going and used it to his advantage.
In the mind of Homicide, he's worn Joe down sufficiently that he can go high risk. And that's exactly what he did. Top rope, missile drop kick.
Watch out for that tope con hilo he likes to do when the other one's wobbly on the outside. He's setting up for it. Here he goes. And there it is. Tope con hilo, and he hits it as Joe's down.
Big move by the champion as he comes face to face with the mentor of the Nation of Violence, Taz.
Taz is telling him, you don't want none of me, buddy. This is where Homicide's making a mistake. And this is the kind of thing that Joe will take advantage of, believe me.
The distraction, that 15, 20, 25 seconds right there. Think of what that does in terms of letting Samoa Joe get his air back, recover the win.
Now, how many times have you seen it, Mike? I mean, really. But right now,
Hangman neck breaker. Big move.
This is it.
Could be.
Could it be? No, not enough. I'll tell you what, though, Homicide impressive. He took a beating. He took a beating by the Samoan submission machine, by the Nation of Violence. And he is standing tall, and Joe is groggy.
Joe able to stop, counter, takes him overhead, and just drops him. Clothesline block that time by Homicide. Cutter, pin, two.
I can't understand.
The champ asking for an explanation on the cage.
He got the shoulder up in time. That's what makes Andrew Thomas one of the best in the business. He saw it at the last split second. Some people might have went ahead and called that a win, but he watched it to the very end.
Can he pull?
No way.
Can he pull off the Gringo on him?
No way.
Gringo killer attempt. No such luck. Able to slide out of the way, and Joe goes right into the corner. Wow.
That's the force.
And he's going to go and try and put him to sleep here. Going to go with the clutch. He's got it wrapped on Homicide, who tries to fight off. I don't know how well Joe's got that cinched in.
I don't think he's got a good grip.
I don't think so either. Those elbows,
look
the difference, but now I think he's got him perfectly.
Well, he gets down to the ground, and you can see Homicide reaching. He just tapped him. He tapped him. It's too much for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner and new TNA X Division champion, the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe.
We see.
I agree with Eric Bischoff. I mean, why are the X Division athletes getting in the grill and aggravating and bothering Eric Bischoff?
What are you talking about? It's been one of the cornerstones of this organization, of this company, from the very start 9 years ago.
Just give me an opinion. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying that they could have picked their spots and, you know, been a little bit smarter the way they did things, the X Division athletes. Just an opinion.
Not only Abyss versus Kazarian, Bischoff stacking the deck tonight is going to have X Division wrestler Amazing Red. Oh my! Against Samoa Joe, plus Eric Bischoff in the ring.
I tell you, that's an extreme, rare situation. With Eric Bischoff, I guess he's going to dust off the old gi and get out here and tag up with Matt Hardy against Generation Me. But right now, this X Division title of Kazarian, I mean, Kazarian's in grave danger with Abyss right now here on Impact Wrestling.
No question, that X Division title in jeopardy when you're facing somebody, oh my! The size of the monster Abyss, big, powerful splash in the corner, and the champ totally on the defensive.
And Kazarian is not a small man by any means. Now, he's probably one of the bigger X Division athletes, but you know, Kazarian is he's used to competing against an athlete not the same stature as someone like Abyss. Abyss is not just a heavyweight, he's a super heavyweight. Super grotesque also.
We talked earlier about the roots of the X Division in this organization, Taz. And if you think about it, it was really what made this an alternative for wrestling fans everywhere.
Listen, Mike, I'm a fan of the X Division. I am. I'm just saying.
So how can you jump on Bischoff's bandwagon?
I'm not jumping on his bandwagon. I'm just saying that I feel the X Division athletes went about this country at the helm and business-wise in a bad way. That's all I'm saying.
How about the quickness first of Kazarian, then the explosiveness with the missile dropkick.
All right, turning point in the match right here. Both men down. He's going to get to a vertical base first. You would assume it might have the advantage. That was a sick missile dropkick by the X Division champion. I mean, he's fighting for the entire X Division, is Kazarian.
Caught Abyss again when he charged into the corner, this time with the boot. From the middle rope, snaps off the Hurricane Rana. Champ right back at him again, springing, back elbow.
Well, that's why they call it X Division, man.
Bam!
Look at the athleticism of Kazarian.
Leg drop, cover, far leg hook. Just two.
Hey, how often is it that when the champion would get the victory, it would be considered an upset? And I think that would be the case here if Kazarian gets the Duke.
Think of the pressure that the monster is under when it comes to delivering here for Immortals Eric Bischoff.
I agree, but what about the pressure that Kazarian's on? I just said it, man. He's defending the right and the stature of the whole X Division.
High risk
of the pressure.
Type of move that exemplifies what the X Division stars do. Caught in mid-move, gonna go for the choke slam. Hits to the quick roll. Shoulders down to two and just two.
Hell of a match right here between two men with two completely different styles.
Yeah, the contrast in styles, but also the contrast in size and power. Gonna go sharp treatment backbreaker.
God, I think playtime is over. Kazarian might be done. He might be done. I mean, that's a good way to just tear apart your back, your ribs.
Monster exploiting the size and power advantage that he has. Champ down in the corner. This is 6'8", 350 from the middle rope.
At Sacrifice, we saw Abyss pull this off.
Oh! Good for the splash, but as Abyss crashed down to the canvas, you see how he favors his knee.
Well, landed right on his right knee. That's a lot of weight. His own body weight landing right on his patella, his kneecap. And look at Kazarian, like a shark smelling blood and water going right after that injured knee.
Challenger Abyss trying to fight him off, pushing Kazarian away.
Jackson James, I think telling Kazarian to stay back when he's hurt, but hey, there's no timeouts in wrestling. I mean,
what happened there? For 1 second, he was favoring the injured leg and injured knee, and then down the black hole slam. Oh, it was a setup the entire time as Abyss wins the X Division title.
Your winner and new X Division champion, Abyss.
I mean, what does this mean right here for the future of the whole X Division? We just crowned a new X Division champ in the Monster Abyss.
And how about Abyss outsmarting the X Division champion, Kazarian?
I guarantee you the internet is burning up right now. I'm telling you, man, watching that man
Steel to make history right here tonight.
Once Lashley steps inside the six-sided ring, the match will become official. Well, Eddie Edwards is going to take flight, and Eddie Edwards, through the narrow door, goes up and over and takes out the Destroyer.
Something not everybody can do, but Eddie Edwards, he does it great, and he started it now.
They got to get inside the six-sided ring. You can only win by pinfall or submission. They got to get inside. The door's got to be closed and locked shut. But Eddie Edwards is going to do what he can here on the outside.
Well, you know, you got the advantage. You start the way that Eddie Edwards did. You capitalize on it. You try to make something.
Oh, boy!
Oh, boy. That's the right way.
I was with you up until that moment. Eddie Edwards took a gamble. He took a chance. He went after Lashley outside the ring, and Eddie Edwards may have paid the price.
Yeah, I don't blame Eddie for doing it, but it didn't pay off. That's what gambling does for you, you know?
Look at Lashley now, delivering punishment. Here ringside to the X Division champion, to Eddie Edwards.
Taking a back drop on the floor, I'm telling you. Eddie may be feeling
Eddie
it right
Edwards'
now.
face right now.
Yeah.
Oh, clubbing elbow.
Lashley just trying to push his face through the steel cage like a cheese grater.
This is our main event. It's title versus title. It's a rematch that was set up by our president, Dixie Carter, immediately following the spoiled and ruined main event from Destination X. And now Lashley in full control of Eddie Edwards.
Yeah, that may have knocked Eddie Edwards silly right there.
It all started when Eddie Edwards took a huge chance, flew over the top rope, caught Lashley, had all the momentum, and then the Destroyer took over.
Yeah, I think Eddie Edwards was thinking the right way. He had the right mindset. It just didn't pay off in the end.
Look at this.
Lashley has just been vicious, determined.
It's the only way that Lashley knows how to be. Lashley kicked off the show tonight. He came out, he called out Mike Bennett, he called out Moose. Oh! Eddie Edwards would come out, he would go after Bennett and his new friend, his new associate. And then Dixie Carter would tell Mike Bennett and Moose that if either one of them get involved in this main event, Mike Bennett will be fired immediately. The cage door has been closed and locked, so the only way this match will end is by pinfall or submission.
You know what? It's man-to-man right now. Mano a mano, and I think the best man's going to come out on the top, obviously. Who that's going to be, we don't know yet. But Lashley's looking pretty darn good.
It's title versus title. It all got started when Eddie Edwards reclaimed the X Division Championship. When Eddie was asked about option C, Lashley would come out, and Lashley said, you want to make history, let's make history. Title versus title at Destination X. Match ruined, and now here we go, inside six sides of steel on our first show here on Thursday nights on Impact, and a neck breaker by the Destroyer.
Nice neck breaker, rude awakening style by Bobby Lashley, the Destroyer.
When Lashley came out, you sort of felt that angst. It looks like it's all pretty much gone away, and the pressure perhaps alleviated now that Lashley's doing what he does best inside the ring.
Well, Lashley's in his zone right now. Earlier, you know, when he come out, he's watching his back. He has to be thinking, look at Eddie, playing defense while in the suplex position.
Big knees there by Eddie Edwards. What a night this is going to be. Someone will walk out as world champion and X Division champion. They will leave six sides of steel with all the gold.
Yeah, you have to know in the back of Lashley's mind, he's still thinking about what happened. He's still thinking about the miracle. He's still thinking about Moose, but right now he's focused in on Eddie Edwards.
Yeah, but inside six sides of steel, perhaps you don't think about those guys as much. That's what six sides of steel is built for, to keep everyone out. And this match must end by pinfall or submission. There's no reason to unlock the cage door until we have a winner.
Eddie looking for the Hurricane Run.
Yeah, Lashley hangs on, and Eddie Edwards goes back first into six sides of steel. The Destroyer looking to leave with the World and X Division Championship. Can he do it? Welcome back to Impact. Welcome back to our main event. It is title versus title. It's the world champion Lashley against the X Division champion Eddie Edwards. One man will leave with both championships in a main event that can only end in pinfall or submission.
Yeah, you know, Lashley, throughout the commercial break, has just been grounding and pounding Eddie Edwards and looking for submission-type holds. Eddie with the counter.
And no one will get involved in this match, much like Mike Bennett and Moose did at Destination X. So much so that Dixie Carter said if they do, hold that thought, covered by Lashley, and a kick out there by Eddie Edwards. If Moose or Mike Bennett get involved, Mike Bennett will be fired immediately.
Yeah, you know what? I'm sure Mike Bennett is going to play his cards right tonight.
We have taken our final commercial break. We are with you for the duration on this extended edition, this extended episode of Impact. And look at Lashley now, just right in the face of Eddie Edwards. Ooh. How does the confidence of Lashley grow in a match where he is so down?
Well, I mean, right now, it's like the big dog in the yard. You got the cage. Lashley obviously has the strength and the size advantage. So he's feeling really good about himself right now, especially with Eddie Edwards being grounded the way he's been.
How much attention does Lashley pay to the Bound for Glory playoff, knowing that the Miracles advanced, Drew Galloway's advanced, EC3's advanced, and so is Matt Hardy? You can answer after this cover here and a kick out.
Well, you know what? Again, I don't think that's on Lashley's mind because guess what? If Lashley loses...
Another cover here and another kick out by Eddie Edwards.
If he loses this matchup, Lashley is not going to play a factor at all in the Bound for Glory playoffs going into Bound for Glory. So right now, Lashley is just focused and determined on leaving tonight as a dual champion.
You can see Lashley now starting to wear down Eddie Edwards. Will the ground and pound of Lashley take over here inside 6 sides of steel?
Well, it already has up until this point, so, you know, unless things change around and change around quickly on behalf of Eddie Edwards, this match may be coming to a screeching end.
If Eddie Edwards can go back in time, do you think he changes his strategy at the beginning of this match when he flew outside of the cage to get after Lashley?
Well, no, I think Eddie thought about it long and hard. He thought about his strategy long and hard, and he knew that was something that he had to do to get the, you know, to get on the up at the jump start. And I don't blame him.
It's something that may be questioned if Eddie Edwards can't get back into this match against the Destroyer, who's looking very confident right now. Here at Universal Studios in Orlando, the Impact Zone. Wow. Thunderous shot.
Big right hand. You know, Pope and Lashley don't see eye to eye. I'm not a big fan of him, but I give the man his credit. I give him his due. And one thing that the champ does so well, that champ being Lashley, is he dictates the pace of the match as he's done thus far.
We got a glimpse moments ago of what it's all about, the World Championship and the X Division Championship. Remember what Lashley said at the beginning of the night. I knock people out. I choke people out. I do what I want to other human beings. The man is the Destroyer. He's human kryptonite.
Yeah, and he's doing just that right now. Whatever he wants to do, he's doing it.
Can Eddie Edwards hang around in this matchup? Can Eddie Edwards stay in this match? Eddie, so many times in matches, he turns it around when he can fly to the outside, when he can do a suicide dive or go over the top rope. You call it a shot of caffeine. Eddie can't do that in 6 sides of steel.
Absolutely. And you know what else, man? I'm just looking at this, Josh, and I always refer to Lashley as a team that moves like a race car, but you know, that's when Lashley's in the ring with guys that are similar in height and weight and muscle. But he's not trying to move too fast right now. He's trying to slow it down because if Eddie Edwards gets to moving, this whole matchup will change around.
Lashley perhaps looking for a torture rack. Eddie Edwards fights his way freely now. The chops from Eddie. He learned these in Pro Wrestling Noah while training in Japan. Eddie spent 6 months in the UK training for his craft before coming to Impact Wrestling in 2014. And now looking to become a world champion here tonight. Got caught!
All dominates spine buster by Lashley.
Eddie Edwards was trying to get a flurry of offense going, and just like that, it stopped and quelled. And now Lashley sizing up Eddie Edwards for a spear.
And if Lashley connects with a spear, this matchup is over. It's a wrap.
Eddie Edwards is trying to get back to his feet, but he may not know what his fate is. As Lashley is poised and ready for the spear, sidestepped by Eddie Edwards.
Looks like Lashley tried to stop at the last second, but looked like his shoulder.
The ring is rattling right now as Lashley went off 6 sides of steel.
Drop kick into the cage by Eddie Edwards.
Can Eddie Edwards get it going here?
This is what I was talking about. This is what Lashley did not want to happen. He don't want Eddie to get the going, man. The pace of this matchup is changing, and it's going to change to the favor of Eddie Edwards.
Eddie Edwards trying to fuel off of Wolves Nation here in the impact zone. Eddie back to his feet again, perhaps looking for another drop kick, and Lashley counters with a devastating clothesline.
Sweet Moses on a mountain. He turned him inside out.
Eddie Edwards is motionless. Starting to stir a little bit here, but Lashley's just waiting for him. And the world champion has Eddie Edwards up here, imposing his will as the world champ, and a German suplex. Eddie lands on his feet. And now Lashley again. A ring rattling shot off of 6 sides of steel.
Oh, man.
Big Enziguri there, and Lashley's down.
I was going to say that Lashley looks to be out on his feet, but he's definitely out following that insecurity.
Lashley is down. And there appears to be a cut on the arm of the world champion.
Brother, when you go against these steel cages, get thrown in it that many times, it's bound to draw blood at some point.
Eddie Edwards starting to look around here. And there you see the cut on the arm of Lashley. Obviously, that came from one of those big shots off of 6 sides of steel. Eddie Edwards was looking around the cage. Remember, you can only win by pinfall or submission, so Eddie is thinking about offense right now.
Well, he knows he can't escape to win the match, as you just pointed out. I think we all know. So it's going to be interesting to see how far he goes.
Eddie Edwards on the top rope right now. How high will Eddie Edwards climb? Almost at the top of 6 sides of steel. Lashley in hot pursuit.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy. No! Eddie trying to hang on for dear life.
Fight, Eddie, fight!
Lashley trying to end this match with a counter. What a counter! What a counter by Eddie Edwards! Can Eddie Edwards get a pin on Lashley? Take another look at this.
All the way from the top of the cage, Eddie Edwards with the Hurricane Rana.
How will Eddie and Eddie follow it up? Boston Knee Party! Boston Knee Party! Lashley's down and he kicks out at 2!
I thought it was important. I was staying. I thought it was over with.
Eddie Edwards was so close, half a second away from becoming world champion.
The anticipation is building. Oh, man.
What a match. What a night.
The atmosphere right now during this matchup is something to behold. You got to be here. You got to be right here. Lashley's trying to get to his feet.
Yeah, but did Eddie Edwards tweak his knee? Did Eddie tweak his knee? Big throw there by Lashley. Almost like a Northern Lights, but just dumped Eddie right behind him.
That was a very smart move by Lashley. He just did what he had to do to create separation.
Lashley on his feet now. Lashley looking for a spear. Got caught. High back elbow to the jaw by Eddie Edwards. And now the X Division champion again. Looking to climb to the top rope. Here comes Lashley. Look at the strength.
Press slam by Lashley.
Oh, through the door.
Just knocked the chain right loose.
Lashley's down, Eddie Edwards is down again. If Eddie goes to the outside, a traditional cage match, Eddie would win, but that's not the case here. You got to win by pinfall or submission. So Eddie's going to have to get back inside the ring.
How much strength was that by Lashley to throw?
But Lashley with a spear, and Eddie Edwards down the steel steps.
Eddie Edwards may be broken in half. I don't know if he's going to get up. Ref might want to check on him.
How much heart, desire, and determination is in the body of Eddie Edwards? Does Eddie have anything left? It's all about the world and the X Division championships.
I don't know if Eddie's going to be able to make it back to his feet.
Well, Lashley's going to take Eddie back inside the ring and have to assume go for a cover. Try to win this match.
Listen to the hush that's come over the crowd.
Lashley, back inside. Lashley's got the world championship. Lashley has 16 pounds of gold in his hand. And Lashley
does not need
Lashley's
this.
gonna use Boston has the title. Lashley's down. And Eddie Edwards was almost world champion. What's it gonna take?
Holy mother of Jesus, what is going on?
Eddie Edwards has another chance, though. Eddie Edwards is still in this match.
Oh, look how close that count was. If Eddie can connect one more time, it may be over.
Lashley's down. The cage door will be shut. And if Lashley didn't go for the championship on the outside, if he would have gone in and tried to pin Eddie Edwards, who knows where we would be right now.
It could have been over, but it looks like Eddie Edwards knows he's one Boston Tea Party away from victory.
I've never seen Lashley in this position before, as Eddie Edwards is looking to climb to the top of 6 sides of steel. What does Eddie Edwards have in mind? Lashley rocks the cage! Knocked Eddie Edwards off balance.
What is that? No!
Lashley's got Eddie Edwards. He's got him on a superplex! Superplex from the Destroyer!
Eddie was thinking one big move and the match is over with, but Lashley stopped that, and now I know he's about to set up for that spear.
What else can you say besides, wow, and a spear! A spear from Lashley!
A devastating spear. This one might be a wrap.
The world champion needs to go for the cover, though. Lashley may not know where he is. He's setting up for another spear.
Trying to get his wins. Want to make sure it's over. Spear!
Speared again! The cover by the world champion! And Lashley is world champ and X Division champion!
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, and still TNA World Heavyweight Champion, and the new X Division Champion of the world!
That's why Brian Cage is almost like a separate species than everybody else.
I mentioned Brian Cage has never been pinned. He's never submitted. His only loss came against Matt Sydal when Congo Kong provided the distraction.
Count out.
Brian Cage defeated Lashley twice and now challenges for the X Division Championship. Do you think that's wise from Sydal?
Sydal needs to get in Cage's head. Sydal's a master manipulator. And Sydal truly believes that the muscle doesn't matter. He truly believes it's all about the third eye. And you can laugh at it, but he believes it. And if you talk to him about it, he'll convince you.
Matt Sydal is certainly an enlightened individual.
You should know.
Sydal just overpowered by Brian Cage. The X Division title on the line. There have been 88 X Division Championship reigns between 44 athletes. First ever X Division champion, AJ Styles. Longest X Division champion, Austin Aries at 301 days. Look at Brian Cage!
Oh my God!
Standing moonsault, shoulders down, new champion in the kickouts.
And could this be one of those historic quick victories? Bruno Buddy Rogers, Hulk Hogan Iron Sheik. Could this be over in under 3 or 4 minutes? It will if Brian Cage has his way.
Matt Sydal has rolled to the outside. Sydal is very savvy. We've seen that over the last number of months or 136 days as X Division champion. He came out the other side.
Brilliant move. Cage is and there. Great move by Sydal. Go into the knees of Brian Cage.
Is this the smartest thing to do against Brian Cage?
I think it's almost the only thing you can do against Brian Cage. If he can break that knee down and keep Cage somewhere on the mat.
Look at the way Cage is looking at Matt Sydal. Just rocked him back to the center of the ring. Sydal does not want to get into a fight with Brian Cage.
Sydal used Cage's own momentum to get him over.
Is that veteran instinct that you talked about earlier?
It really is. Look, Matt Sydal has forgotten more about strategy than most wrestlers know.
And Don, you talk a lot about Sydal. He doesn't waste movements inside the ring. Very calculated, and Cage just dumps him to the floor.
Yeah, Cage just literally swatted him down like an insect. Oh, God. And when Brian Cage throws you into a railing, it's like getting hit with a freight train, trust me.
Cage just dumps Matt Sydal on the apron. He makes it look effortless.
Sometimes Brian Cage tries to do too much in these matches. Wants to show all of the things he can do, and we might be about to see that.
And he can do a lot. Cage up to the top. Nope, Matt Sydal plays defense, and Cage spills to the inside of the ring. And Matt Sydal runs it right into Cage, and now Cage perhaps buying himself some time.
And if you're Sydal, Cage being on the floor is a good thing for you.
And Matt Sydal goes double knees and rides Cage all the way down.
And Sydal looked like he tweaked that right knee that he hurt a couple of months ago. LCL ligament.
And that was a very calculated risk from Matt Sydal.
I think Matt Sydal, maybe for the first time in his title reign, realizes he's literally got to lay it all on the line.
The X Division Championship on the line here live tonight at Slammiversary. We thank you for joining us around the world live on pay-per-view.
You made a great point earlier, Josh, that what makes Cage unique is not just the strength. It's his athletic ability, his ability to hit big moves. And by going after the knee, Sydal is doing the smart thing. Take one thing away from Brian Cage.
And if you can get Cage down like Matt Sydal has done, then Sydal can implement his new style of offense, that hybrid style. He likes to use a bevy of submission holds. And that's Brian
Got him
Cage.
up, got him up, got him up.
Well,
Oh, knee to the eyes.
With a knee hold of Cage.
Electric chair now. Oh, he's got him hooked. That is a tremendous head and neck choke by Matt Sydal.
And Sydal continues to show off, taking all the oxygen away from Brian Cage. You see Cage's face was bright red.
Yeah.
Sydal standing moonsault. And Brian Cage.
Whoa, God.
This Leviathan is unbelievable.
Up and over by Sydal. Cage blocks the kick. Look out. Whoa. Cage with more innovative offense.
So many tools at his disposal of Brian Cage. Ow! Boom! What a combination! And a throw!
Landed him on those knees.
Cover here, shoots the half, shoulders down, and a victory near fall for Brian Cage.
And we're gonna see if Brian Cage can put the time in, because if you're gonna beat Matt Sydal, pack a lunch and stay a while. The longer this goes, it's gotta favor Sydal.
And do you think that's why Brian Cage was looking for an early victory in the first couple minutes?
Of course.
Sydal lands on his feet, ducks off the other side, and Brian Cage catches Matt Sydal, who will hit a big shot next in this match. What a powerbomb from Sydal! Stacks up Cage and retains. No, a kick out at two.
You call it the third eye or whatever you want, spirit animal, you know, not everyone buys into it, but whatever it is, it's working tonight because we have not seen Brian Cage in this position. Terminator clap for Cage.
And the fans here in Toronto get Brian Cage back into this match as Matt Sydal continues the punishment. Sydal is playing a perfect game right now. Might have spoke too soon. Cage turns Matt Sydal inside out, and we have a new X Division champion in the
No, we do not.
Wow.
Cage with somewhat of a cocky, lackadaisical cover. Sydal is so flexible, able to get out the back door.
Don, do you think if we saw a more traditional cover there that Cage would have been victorious?
It's hard to get a kick out at a guy who's 280 and that strong.
Cage looking to put away Matt Sydal here. Sydal rolls out the other side. We're going to take down Brian Cage.
2 or 3 guys in wrestling could execute the counter that Sydal just did. Follows it up with a huge head kick.
Matt Sydal now.
Sydal is a master. Here we go.
Cover, looking to retain the championship, and Cage kicks out at two.
Sydal is a master of using the power against his opponent, of using momentum against his opponent.
That's exactly what Matt Sydal did moments ago. And will he look to go airborne? Matt Sydal said he will retain his championship here tonight. Shooting star press, lands on his feet. Here comes Cage. Boom!
Oh, God.
Sydal ducks.
Well scouted by Matt Sydal.
He got him! Turns him around! Shoulders down! And Brian Cage!
Shades of Kerry Von Erich with a discus clothesline.
Nearly took Sydal's head off. How impressed are you by Matt Sydal, his continued will in this match?
I am amazed at the game plan that Matt Sydal came in here with. Now we're going to see how much he can take.
Will we see the drill claw?
He'll go for it. He'll go for it.
Sydal turns him around.
Snap Rana.
He got him. He had to kick out for Brian Cage.
Look at the way that Sydal popped those hips on that snap Rana. Took Cage over.
Absolutely took everything that Matt Sydal had. The fans here appreciating the efforts they're seeing from both of these men.
Cage may be ruining the day that he put that 10 or 15 pounds of extra muscle on. The longer this goes, he's got to carry that weight.
Matt Sydal up on the top rope, looking to put away Brian Cage, who catches Sydal in midair. He caught him in midair. Shuriel Claw, now Sydal turns it inside out.
He's got it. He's got it.
And a kick out at 2.
What a counter by Matt Sydal.
Sydal had his opponent well scouted. The knee to the jaw of Brian Cage.
What a counter. Sydal now going for the shooting star. Oh God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Brian Cage has Matt Sydal, who may be unconscious. Drill claw.
Oh God.
Brian Cage is going to become the new X Division champion.
Whoa.
Slammiversary.
New champion.
Ladies and gentlemen,